The door slammed shut behind him with a finality that echoed through the quiet suburban street in suburban Chicago. 10-year-old Lance Thompson stood there, his small backpack slung over one shoulder, clutching a crumpled note from his father that read, "You're no son of mine." It had all happened so fast. His parents walking in on him playing house with his best friend Tommy, the way they'd screamed about sin and shame, and then the ultimatum that he leave and never come back. Lance's legs felt like jelly as he wandered down the block, tears blurring the familiar houses. He didn't understand why liking Tommy that way was so wrong. It just felt natural, like breathing. By the time dusk fell, he was sitting on a park bench, shivering in the autumn chill, when a familiar voice called his name. It was Maria, the family's longtime nanny, her face etched with worry under the street lamp. "Mijo, what have they done?" she whispered, pulling him into a hug that smelled of lavender and home-cooked meals. Maria had been with the Thompsons since Lance was a baby, a Mexican immigrant who'd become more of a mother to him than his own. She didn't ask questions that night. She just bundled him into her old Honda and drove to her tiny apartment in the city's outskirts. "You'll stay with me," she said firmly, her accent thick but reassuring. "No one will know." Lance nodded, too exhausted to argue. But as he lay on her pull-out couch, the weight of rejection crushed his chest. Why did his parents hate him so much? Was he really broken, like they said? The next few days blurred into a haze of fear and adjustment. Maria called in sick to work, then quietly quit, telling the Thompsons she'd found a better job. She enrolled Lance in a new school under her last name, Garcia, claiming he was her nephew from out of town. It was a risky lie, but Maria had no family of her own left, and Lance was all she had. "We protect each other now," she told him one evening over beans and rice. Lance stared at his plate, pushing food around. "But what if they find me?" he asked, voice small. Maria's eyes hardened. "They won't. And if they do, we'll fight." School was a nightmare at first. The kids teased him for his quiet demeanor, calling him the new weirdo. Lance kept his head down, burying himself in books to escape the memories. But the inner turmoil gnawed at him. Flashes of his father's disgusted face, his mother's tears as she packed his bag. Was being gay a choice? Could he change? He tried praying, like his parents had taught, but the feelings didn't go away. One afternoon, after a bully shoved him in the hallway, Lance broke down in Maria's arms. "Why am I like this?" he sobbed. She held him tight. "Because God made you perfect, just as you are. Don't let them steal your light." As months turned to a year, Lance began to adapt. Maria worked double shifts at a diner to make ends meet, coming home exhausted but always with a smile for him. She taught him Spanish phrases, shared stories of her own hardships crossing the border, and encouraged his budding interest in writing. "Words can heal, Mijo," she'd say, reading his short stories aloud. But the secrecy weighed heavy. Lance couldn't tell friends about his real family, and the fear of discovery kept him isolated. One night, he overheard Maria on the phone with a friend, whispering about the legal risks of harboring him. "He's worth it," she said, guilt twisted in his gut. He was a burden, just like his parents had implied. The turning point came on his 11th birthday. Maria baked a cake, and they sat on the fire escape watching the city lights. "I wish I could go back," Lance admitted. Maria shook her head. "Back to what? Pain? No, we build forward." Her words sparked something in him, a resolve to prove he wasn't worthless. He threw himself into school, earning top grades, joining the writing club. But deep down, the abandonment festered, a wound that shaped every decision. He vowed never to let anyone close enough to hurt him again, not realizing how that wall would complicate his future. By 12, Lance was thriving outwardly, but the internal conflict raged. He noticed boys in class, felt the pull, but suppressed it fiercely. Maria sensed it, gently broaching the topic one evening. "Love is love, Lance. Don't hide from yourself." Her acceptance was a balm, but society screamed otherwise. News stories of hate crimes, school whispers about fags. He decided to blend in, dating a girl named Sarah briefly, but it felt wrong, like wearing shoes too tight. The charade ended in tears, and Lance confessed to Maria. "I'm scared," he said. She nodded. "Fear is the enemy. Face it, and you'll find strength." Life with Maria became his new normal, a fragile sanctuary amid the storm. But whispers from the past lingered, rumors that his parents were searching for him, though Maria dismissed them. Lance wondered if they'd regret it, if they'd changed. Little did he know, the choices ahead would force confrontations that tested everything: loyalty, love, and the price of truth. 13 now, Lance navigated middle school with a guarded heart, his writing becoming an outlet for the chaos inside. Maria's apartment felt like home, but the ghost of his old life haunted him. One day, a teacher praised his essay on family, unaware of the irony. "You've got talent, kid," she said. Lance smiled, but inside, he seethed. Family? What did that even mean anymore? Maria's health started slipping. Long hours at the diner took a toll. She coughed more, waved off concerns. "I'm fine, Mijo. Focus on you." Lance helped where he could, taking a paper route to contribute. The responsibility matured him fast, but it also bred resentment toward his parents. Why should Maria suffer for their bigotry? He researched online, learning about LGBTQ rights, but the stories of rejection mirrored his own too closely, stirring anger. High school brought new challenges. At 14, Lance entered Lincoln High, a diverse but cliquey place in Chicago's West Side. He made friends cautiously, excelling in English and debate. Then he met Jordan Reyes, a sophomore with dark curls and an infectious laugh, in drama club. Jordan was openly bi, unapologetic in a way that both terrified and intrigued Lance. "Life's too short to hide," Jordan said during rehearsals for Romeo and Juliet. Lance nodded, but his pulse raced. Could he ever be that brave? Their friendship grew over shared lunches and late-night texts. Jordan shared his own story. Supportive parents, but bullying from peers. "It gets better," he promised. Lance opened up piecemeal, omitting the abandonment. Maria noticed the change, the way Lance lit up mentioning Jordan. "Be careful but be true," she advised. Lance wrestled with it. Attraction simmered, but fear of loss loomed. What if Jordan rejected him too? At 15, during a school trip to the Art Institute, Jordan confessed, "I like you, Lance, more than friends." They stood before a vibrant painting, the world fading. Lance's heart pounded. "Me too," he whispered. Their first kiss in the museum garden was tentative, electric. But guilt followed. Was this worth the risk? Back home, Maria smiled knowingly. "Love is a gift. Don't squander it." The relationship blossomed in secret at first. Stolen moments in parks, movie nights at Maria's. She conveniently went out. Jordan pushed Lance to come out, but Lance resisted. "My past. It's complicated." Tensions brewed. Jordan wanted openness. Lance craved safety. One argument escalated. "Why hide us?" Jordan demanded. Lance snapped. "Because people leave." He stormed out, regretting it instantly. They reconciled, but the crack formed. Meanwhile, Maria's cough worsened. A doctor's visit revealed emphysema from years of secondhand smoke and stress. "I need to slow down," she admitted. Lance panicked. Lose her? Unthinkable. He juggled school, job, and caregiving, grades slipping slightly. Jordan helped, bringing groceries, earning Maria's affection. "He's good for you," she said. But Lance's inner demons whispered doubts. Did he deserve this happiness? A bombshell dropped at 16. A letter from his parents, forwarded through old channels. They'd hired a PI, found him. "We want to talk," it read. Maria urged caution. "They hurt you once." Lance tore it up, but curiosity gnawed. He met them secretly at a cafe, heart racing. His father, grayer now, apologized haltingly. "We were wrong, influenced by church." His mother cried, "Come home." Lance's world tilted. "Forgive?" But the pain resurfaced, vivid. "You threw me away," he said, voice breaking. They pleaded, offering money for Maria's treatment. Temptation warred with loyalty. He confided in Jordan, who advised reconciliation. "Family matters." But Lance saw red, easy for him to say. The decision haunted him. Accept help? Betray Maria's sacrifices? Or reject? Risk her health? He chose the latter, burning the bridge. They don't get to buy forgiveness. Maria supported him, but the strain showed. Lance's writing darkened, stories of betrayal pouring out. As senior year approached, Lance applied to colleges, dreaming of journalism. Jordan planned the same school, their future intertwined. But societal pressures mounted. Prom loomed, and Jordan wanted to go as dates. It's time, he said. Lance agreed reluctantly, but rumors spread, leading to slurs in hallways. One bully cornered him. Freak! Jordan defended, fists flying, suspension following. Guilt crushed Lance, his secrecy caused this. The incident forced reflection. In Maria's dim living room, she held his hand. Hiding costs more than facing. Lance nodded, vowing change. But the path ahead promised more trials, as old wounds reopened and new loves tested limits. 17 and in love, Lance embraced his identity more openly, thanks to Jordan's influence. They attended prom together, heads high amid stairs, dancing under disco lights like nothing mattered. Maria beamed from photos, her oxygen tank discreetly aside. Proud of you, Mijo. But the high faded when Lance's parents showed up uninvited at graduation, cornering him afterward. We miss you, his mother said. His father offered a check. Lance refused, walking away with Jordan. But the encounter stirred unrest. Were they sincere? College at Northwestern brought freedom. Lance majored in creative writing, Jordan in theater. They shared a dorm, their relationship deepening amid late-night talks and shared dreams. But differences emerged. Jordan's extroversion clashed with Lance's caution. Let's join the Pride Club, Jordan suggested. Lance hesitated, memories of rejection flashing. What if it backfires? Arguments ensued, but makeups were passionate, reaffirming their bond. Maria's condition deteriorated. Hospital visits increased. Lance commuted weekends, guilt gnawing, he should be there more. Jordan accompanied sometimes, charming the nurses. One night, as Maria slept, Jordan proposed, after college, let's get married. Lance's breath caught. Commitment? Joy mixed with terror. Yes, he said, but doubts lingered. What if love failed like family did? Sophomore year, a scandal rocked their world. Jordan auditioned for a play, landing a role opposite a charismatic actor, Ethan. Rehearsals ran late. Jordan grew distant. Lance suspected flirting, jealousy festering. It's nothing, Jordan insisted. But texts confirmed otherwise, emotional affair. Confrontation exploded. How could you? Lance yelled. Jordan admitted. I felt trapped by your fears. Betrayal cut deep, echoing parental abandonment. They broke up, Lance devastated. Alone in the dorm, Lance spiraled, skipping classes, isolating. Maria, from her bed, called daily. Pain teaches, Mijo. Don't let it define you. He poured anguish into writing. A novel about a boy cast out, finding love only to lose it. Professors noticed his talent, encouraging submissions. But societal backlash hit. A campus protest against LGBTQ rights turned ugly. Slurs hurled at Lance. He stood firm, speaking out, but the stress triggered panic attacks. Reconciliation attempts with Jordan failed. He moved on with Ethan. Lance focused on healing, joining therapy through campus resources. Sessions unearthed buried trauma, the ejection at 10 shaping his trust issues. You deserve love, the counselor said. Slowly, Lance rebuilt, making friends in the queer community. One, a mentor named Chris, shared his own story of family estrangement. Forgiveness is for you, not them. By junior year, Lance interned at a Chicago newspaper, covering social issues. An article on homeless LGBTQ youth went viral, drawing attention. His parents reached out again via email. Saw your piece. Proud. Skepticism warred with longing. Maria advised meeting. Closure matters. They convened at a neutral park. Tears flowed. Apologies deepened. Church warped us, his father admitted. Lance listened, but boundaries held. I forgive, but from afar. It was a step fragile. Maria's health plummeted. Pneumonia set in. Lance rushed home, holding her hand as machines beeped. "You've grown strong," she whispered. "Live fully." She passed that night, leaving Lance shattered. Funeral sparse, few knew her sacrifices. Jordan attended, offering condolences. "I'm sorry for everything." Lance nodded, closure bittersweet. Grief fueled Lance's writing. His novel expanded, weaving Maria's story. Publishers showed interest, but ethical dilemmas arose. Expose his parents' actions? Risk lawsuits? He chose truth, anonymizing details. The book deal came senior year, a beacon amid loss. Jordan, now single, reached out tentatively. "Miss you." Lance pondered second chances. Society's gaze loomed, but personal growth beckoned. Graduation marked rebirth. Lance walked the stage, diploma in hand, Maria's photo in pocket. His parents watched from afar, uninvited but present. Afterward, a tentative hug. "We're trying," his mother said. Lance smiled faintly, but the road ahead held more twists. As fame beckoned and old wounds threatened to reopen. 22 and published, Lance's novel Shadows of Home hit shelves. A semi-autobiographical tale of rejection and resilience. Reviews praised its raw emotion, but backlash followed. Conservative groups decried it as propaganda. Death threats arrived, forcing Lance to move apartments. "This is the price," he told himself, echoing Maria's lessons. Jordan re-entered his life, apologizing profusely. "I was immature." They rekindled slowly, trust rebuilding over coffee dates and honest talks. "No more secrets," Lance demanded. Jordan agreed, and their love reignited stronger. But external pressures mounted. Lance's rising profile drew media scrutiny. An interview outed his past, leading to his parents' doorstep. Reporters hounded them. "Comment on throwing out your son?" The family imploded publicly. His father denied details, calling it exaggerated. His mother broke down on camera. Lance faced a choice: sue for defamation or engage. He chose dialogue, inviting them to a televised panel on family reconciliation. "Let's air it," he said. Jordan supported, but warned, it could backfire. The event loomed, tensions high. Preparation unearthed mired ethics. Was exploiting pain for awareness right? Lance agonized, therapy sessions intense. "Your story helps others," the counselor affirmed. But doubts persisted. Maria wouldn't want vengeance. Jordan's patience waned during arguments. "This consumes you," Lance snapped. "It's my trauma." Cracks reappeared. The panel aired live on national TV, moderated by a neutral host. Lance sat opposite his parents, heart pounding. "Why did you do it?" he asked. His father faltered. "Fear, ignorance." His mother sobbed. "We regret every day." Viewers called in, some supportive, others vicious. A caller accused Lance of fabrication. Proof? He revealed the note from that night, scanned and shared. Gasps echoed. His parents hung heads, admitting truth. Post-show, family therapy began, mandated by public pressure. Sessions raw, accusations flew. "You destroyed me," Lance said. "We were blind," they countered. Progress slow, but breakthroughs came. His father left the church, his mother volunteered at LGBTQ centers. Lance questioned motives. Genuine or PR? Jordan urged trust. People change. But betrayal struck again. A tabloid leaked Jordan's past affair, twisted as Lance's fault. "He drove me away," Jordan allegedly said. Devastated, Lance confronted. "Did you?" Jordan denied, claiming misquotes. Trust shattered, they parted definitively. "I can't keep paying," Lance said. Alone, Lance channeled pain into activism, speaking at events. A TED Talk invitation arrived. "Share your journey." He accepted. Theme: the cost of acceptance. Preparation forced introspection. Had he become as unforgiving as his parents? Society's mirror reflected back. Progress uneven. Hate persistent. Personal life stagnated. Dates fizzled, walls high. A new friend, Liam, challenged him. Love requires risk. Lance pondered, but Maria's memory urged caution. Meanwhile, his parents persisted, sending letters of amends. One included a donation to Maria's grave fund. Touched, Lance met them privately. "We're sorry," they repeated. Forgiveness teetered. As the TED stage neared, anxiety peaked. What if vulnerability backfired? Jordan texted support. "You've got this." Lance ignored, focusing inward. The speech would expose all. Abandonment, love, loss. But at what cost? The world watched, judgments ready. The TED stage lights blinded Lance as he stepped up. 25 now, heart thundering. "At 10, my parents threw me out for being gay," he began, voice steady. The audience gasped. He detailed the night, Maria's rescue, the years of hiding. She paid the ultimate price. Her health, her life. Tears welled, but he pushed on, discussing Jordan, betrayals, reconciliations. Love demands sacrifice, but society's hate amplifies the cost. Offstage, his parents watched via livestream, invited secretly. Shock registered as Lance named them, not vengefully but factually. Forgiveness isn't easy. It's a choice. Applause thundered, but backlash brewed online. Liar, attention seeker. His father called post-talk. "You humiliated us." Lance retorted, "Truth hurts." The fragile bond snapped again. Fame surged. Book sales skyrocketed. Invitations poured in. But isolation deepened. Friends distanced, wary of spotlight. Liam pursued romantically, but Lance rebuffed. "I can't." Damage from Jordan lingered, trust elusive. Therapy revealed patterns. Abandonment breeding self-sabotage. "Break the cycle," the counselor urged. A moral quandary arose. A documentary offer, delving deeper into family. Participate? Expose more? His mother pleaded no. "We've suffered enough." His father threatened legal action. Lance weighed. Awareness versus harm. He declined, choosing peace. Some battles end in truce. But society tested limits. A hate group targeted him, doxing address. Lance relocated to New York, paranoia setting in. Liam offered support. "Let me in." Tentatively, Lance did, their friendship blooming into romance. "You're worth it," Liam said. Happiness flickered, but doubts whispered. Betrayal inevitable? Tragedy struck. His father suffered a heart attack, blaming stress from scandal. Hospital visit tense. "Your speech did this," his mother accused. Guilt ravaged Lance. Had words wounded fatally? Doctors stabilized. But the incident forced reflection. "Actions have ripples," he journaled. Reconciliation attempts resumed. Mediated. "I forgive," Lance said, but boundaries firm. His parents accepted, slowly. Jordan reappeared at a signing. "Proud of you." Closure. "We were young." Lance nodded, moving on. Liam's patience proved steadfast, proposing after a year. "Marry me?" Joy overwhelmed, but fear surged. "What if I fail you?" Liam smiled. "We'll face it together." Wedding small, Maria's spirit present. Vows exchanged, a new chapter. Yet, shadows persisted. A societal debate erupted. Lance's story sparked laws protecting LGBTQ youth. But opponents rallied, claiming family rights. Lance testified in Congress, voice for the voiceless. Exhaustion mounted, the price of visibility. Personal toll. Liam noticed Lance's withdrawal. "Talk to me." Confession. "I'm scared of losing." Therapy helped, but a heated argument exposed cracks. "Your past controls us." Liam stormed out. Alone, Lance questioned choices. Had advocacy cost love? Reunion. Apologies. Recommitment. But the cycle hinted at deeper wounds. As years blurred, Lance pondered. Was the fight worth the scars? 30 now, Lance stood on the TED stage again, this time with a surprise guest. "Years ago, I shared my pain," he said. "Today, I share redemption." He introduced his Nanny, Maria's sister stand-in. But wait. No, it was a hologram of Maria. reconstructed from videos. The audience murmured. Then the shock. His parents joined him on stage, arms open. "We've learned," his father said. "Love wins." Hugs exchanged, tears flowing. The world watched, stunned, reconciliation live. Backstory flashed. Post-wedding, Lance and Liam adopted a child, facing adoption biases. Society's progress uneven, but their family thrived. His parents, transformed, became allies, speaking at events. "We were wrong," they admitted publicly. Lance's book sequel detailed the journey, emphasizing choices' costs. But the stage moment wasn't easy. Pre-show, arguments raged. "Why now?" Lance asked. His mother, "To heal fully." Ethical debate. Publicity stunt? Lance ensured authenticity. No scripts. The embrace felt genuine. A decade's weight lifting. Post-event, debates ignited. Forced forgiveness? Lance responded in interviews. "It's personal." Liam supported. Proud. Their son, 5, asked, "Why did Grandpa throw you out?" Lance explained gently. "Fear, but love conquered." Reflection deepened. Internal conflicts resolved? Not fully. Nightmares of abandonment persisted, but therapy mitigated. Societal wins. Laws passed, inspired by his story. Yet personal losses. Friends faded, privacy gone. Worth it? He pondered. Liam's career suffered from association. Resentment brewed. Your fame overshadows us. Lance scaled back activism, prioritizing family. Balance struck, but sacrifices evident. Final chapter. A quiet evening, Lance writing memoirs. "Every decision has a price," he typed. Looking at Liam and their son, warmth filled him. Maria's voice echoed, "Live fully." The story ends here, but one question lingers. Is forgiveness always the right choice, even when it reopens old wounds?